You are now listening to the smooth sensations and high vibrations of Alex, host of the best relationship channel on YouTube. Alex, drop them gems on us.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Alex. Shout out to the Elite Fleet. Make sure you like and subscribe so you can become a member of the Elite Fleet. And we gotta talk about Larsa Pippen, because that's right, that thought is back in the news. Miss, I want all the attention. I want all the peen. Okay, I want to be a hot wife, or a hot ex-wife, I should say. I want to relive my whole phase at 48 years old after 4 kids. Like I'm not a Hall of Fame NBA basketball player's ex-wife and shouldn't carry myself with some kind of decorum. We gotta talk about that Larsa Pippen, because she seems intent on embarrassing Scotty to no end. I don't know what the hell Scotty did, but it must have been pretty bad, because apparently sleeping with Future wasn't enough. Okay, sleeping with any other young rapper or young black male she could find wasn't enough. No, now she got to go and sleep with the man's former teammate's son. That's right, Larsa Pippen is in a whole relationship with Marcus Jordan, the second born son of Michael Jordan. And for those of you who don't know, because I know it's a lot of women who like to watch this channel, and y'all might not know that much about sports, but Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan on the Bulls became one of the greatest dynasties in the NBA. Alright, and Michael Jordan, as we all know, the owner of the Jordan brand, one of the best basketball players of all time. They won not 1, not 2, not 3, but 6 rings together. But they've been on kind of an iffy relationship since that happened. That Scotty's kind of always had a chip on his shoulder that Jordan got a lot more credit than he did for that success in Chicago. I guess Larsa said, nah, smashing Future wasn't enough. Like I said, smashing all the other young boys not enough. I can't smash Michael because he's still married, and he probably not trying to get divorced great. So I'm going to go ahead and smash his son Marcus. That's what I'm going to do. And first I'm going to let it be speculation, but then I'm going to remove all doubt by actually coming out and saying that I'm with Marcus Jordan. Now, here's the thing, right? Yeah, we could talk about the 16-year age gap. And is she too old to be messing with this young boy? And yeah, we could also bring up how if it was a man who was 16 years older than a woman, we already know everybody would be looking at that man like he's crazy for dealing with a woman who's 16 years younger than him, right? And we can talk about that. We're going to get into that. But my thing is, it's deeper than that. This is perversion, in my opinion. And I'm going to tell you why. For her to be married to Scottie Pippen, there ain't no way she ain't met Marcus Jordan and probably Michael Jordan's other kids at some point. Not only because they were teammates who won 6 rings together, so they kind of had a symbiotic attachment, and at one point they was really close, but also because they both were still playing basketball, and the NBA is like a fraternity. So let me explain something to you. She married Scottie Pippen in 2000, okay? That would have made her 23 years old. Alright? Now she's 16 years older than Marcus Jordan, which means at the latest, she probably met him when he was 7. Now, most likely they were dating earlier than that. They knew each other longer than that, so she probably met him even younger, but we'll give her the benefit of the doubt and say that she met him at 7. This means she was scoping this kid out from 7 years old, basically waiting for him to become legal so that she could make her move. And I know some of y'all gonna say, well, that's not true, Alex. Maybe he grew into his grown man body and she found him fine, or she got to know him and they just hit it off. Now, I ain't trying to hear that. This is creepy and predatory behavior. This ain't no different than them dudes who go to church, those deacons and those pastors, and you've been going to church since you was like 5 years old, 6, 7 years old, and all of a sudden puberty hit, you got big old full breasts and a big old fat behind, and all of a sudden they give you a different look like this, and they go, Sister May, you done grew up. Or they go, Little Jasmine, you done grew up. It ain't no different than that. This is no different than the creepy uncle. And I'm going to just leave it at that, because y'all know who the creepy uncle is, okay? Or the creepy cousins who matured a little bit too fast. This is odd behavior. For those of you who've never done it, I want y'all to go back and look at your pictures when you were 7, 8 something years old. Do you really look that much different now than you did then? Obviously, you're going to be more grown. You're going to be more mature. But the facial structure and all that was there. It's not like he was a baby. This was a kid. So you gotta understand, chances are she looked at him then and was probably having some thoughts way back when. Might even did some things way back when. We don't know, allegedly. I'm not accusing her of that. But my point is, that's creepy. Guys, this is like the equivalent of babysitting a child for someone, then all of a sudden the child becomes a grown-up and you decide to date the child. This is weird for a multitude of reasons. And it's weird for Marcus Jordan too, because I know you know at least a few of Scottie Pippen's kids. Alright, now Scottie Pippen's family is a little bit estranged. He got some daughters he don't communicate with and stuff like that. But at least Anton, you know Anton if you're Marcus. Now granted, he passed away, R.I.P. to Anton, but you think he will really approve of you talking to his dad's ex-wife? I know that's not her kid, but it's still his dad's ex-wife. You think he will really approve of that? Alright? People asking about Michael, honestly, Michael probably don't care. He's like, okay, my son's smashing my ex-teammate who don't really like me like that no more, his wife. Hey, ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm sure Michael is fine, right? But if you're Scottie, this is a disgrace. This is the ultimate embarrassment. Alright? If you're Scottie's kids, you like, dang. I want y'all to understand, Larsa's kids go from the age of 22 to 21 to like 17 to 14. So all of them are still super young. So they're looking up, not only did I have to see my mom get ran through by half the music industry, now she's sleeping with my dad's Hall of Fame greatest player of all time, ex-teammate's son. Like no one, I swear, modern women do not care about what the kids think at all. Like at all. They just go out here and they post these photos and they sleep with these men and they do all this wild stuff and they don't even think how is this going to affect my kids psychologically. The Pippen household has to be in shambles. And I know y'all say, well, Holly weird and all that, but this ain't Hollywood. This is the NBA. Right? In the NBA and NFL, you don't see stuff like this. This is weird. This is very odd. And again, it's predatory-like behavior. And I want to point that out because a lot of people don't point that out enough. On this channel, we talk about it. We talk about the female teachers who be sleeping with the kids. All right? We talked about the TikTok reality star who showed her breasts to those 12-year-olds and said, oh, well, what's the big deal? They've seen breasts before. And we're going to talk about this because, again, you knew this kid at 7. You're going to just have a very hard time convincing me, personally. And y'all can tell me what y'all think, but convincing me personally that she wasn't looking at this kid in some type of sexual manner at 7 years. You can't convince me. I mean, when did it kick in? When he was 10, 11? You're not going to convince me it took until he turned 32. I'm not buying that. Because again, if I'm ever babysitting or in any type of instructor role, or I know a kid who's that small, I can never look at that child in a sexual way. I watched you grow up. How can I watch you grow up and be around you and your family since you were literally a kid and then just decide, oh, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to blow your back out? And not think it's weird and not think something's off about it. At this point, I think Larsa Pippen might need some help. Like she might got a serious problem. I don't know. Or like I said, she just hates Scottie Pippen that damn much. And maybe it's that. But this needs to get blown up more because we don't talk enough about how on the other side, okay, of sexual predators, you have women who often get away with it and don't get caught out enough when that's what they're perpetrating and that's what they're doing. And we have to question again Larsa's motives when she's all of a sudden now messing around with someone who she met when he was only 7 years old. That's extremely weird. That's extremely odd. Then they had the nerve to take the photo in front of Michael Jordan's jersey. Peep this. Like, you want to add salt to the room, they gonna take the photo in front of my man Michael Jordan's jersey. Just to rub it in Scottie Pippen's face. Again, I don't think Michael cared. Just to rub it in Scottie's face. Like, hey, Scottie, remember y'all was back 23 on the Bulls with all those championships? Well, his son is knee deep in my guts now. So maybe this is all about Scottie. Maybe she's not a predator, okay? But either way, this is still yet another opportunity for us to open that door and start looking at women a little bit sideways. Because I done told y'all before, and I'm going to tell y'all again to end this video. The most dangerous place for your kids is in the arms of anyone who is not their mother or their father. You just never know what people are up to. Okay? Again, imagine being Michael, be like, hey, I'm going to go let my kids play with your kids, or I'm going to let my kids stay at your house, or whatever the case might have been. And you would probably never thought that over 23 years later, she would be sleeping with him and they'd be knocking the boots. You probably would have never thought that. But that's what happened. These are the things you have to think about when you have kids. When you say, I don't want a woman to be a housewife, and you say I'm going to use daycare, or you say I'm going to use family or family friends, these are the things that need to be going through your head. Because this is the type of stuff that happens. But yeah, Larsa Pippen is a super thought, possibly a predator. Okay, Marcus Jordan, I mean, listen. Do I think it's weird? Yes. Do I think it's causing a weird dynamic? Yeah. But just like we wouldn't victim blame the woman, I'm not going to sit here and victim blame Marcus Jordan. At the end of the day, if he finds Larsa Pippen attractive and they hitting it off, whatever. It's on the responsible party of the oldest in the room to know better. The woman who's almost 50 should know better, in my opinion. This is just fun for Marcus Jordan. I thought he's going to take her serious. I doubt this is going to go anywhere. So again, you as the 48-year-old woman, you got to be the one who knows better. You got to be the one who moves smarter than this. The blame, and if we're going to prosecute, the prosecution has to be on you because you're the elder statesman in the room. But again, guys, do not look past the possibility of women being predators. I'm just saying. A lot of y'all look past that. Y'all think women ain't thinking like that. Y'all just think about the nurturing, caring aspect. Some of these women are freaked out, and their brain works at a whole different level, in a whole different way. They wiring ain't all screwed in right. Because I don't see how she doesn't view this as weird. This is super weird. And not even regular weird. This is ultra weird on many levels. But like I said, maybe she just hates Scottie Pippen that much. Who knows? But that's my thoughts on that topic. Be very careful who you put around your kids, because you never know what people are thinking. I am Alex, and I am out. Peace.